Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I am happy to be here today to speak about the bill, the Stop Executive Overreach on Trade Agreements Act. The Inflation Reduction Act that was signed into law by President Biden required that critical minerals in electric vehicles be sourced domestically or from a free trade agreement partner in order to qualify for the full electric vehicle tax credit. A free trade agreement, or an FTA, is a well-understood term that refers to comprehensive trade agreements like USMCA, which are approved by Congress. That understanding comes from the Constitution itself. Only Congress has the power to regulate commerce with foreign nations. This legislation responds to a bipartisan critique of the way in which the Biden administration has bypassed Congress in administering the electric vehicle tax credit. I wish every administration would focus its energy on doing everything possible to expand critical mineral production and processing in Minnesota and across the U.S. If the Biden administration did this or negotiated new FTAs that Congress approved, this would increase the supply of critical minerals that qualify for the EV tax credit. Instead, the administration decided to usurp Congress by negotiating what it calls a critical minerals agreement with Japan and calling that an FTA. Despite bipartisan concern from Congress, the administration is trying to run the same play with the UK and the EU, and there is talk about moving toward critical agreement negotiations with Indonesia. Because critical mineral agreements are not approved by Congress, the agreement made with Japan is not durable and has no enforcement mechanism. It did not adequately address human rights or environmental impacts and does not expand trade or drive the investment needed to reduce our dependence on China for critical minerals. This kind of Band-Aid agreement is discouraging for both domestic development and meaningful international partnerships. Importantly, colleagues on both sides of the aisle agree. Ranking Member Neal, Blumenauer, and others on this committee expressed significant concern with these critical mineral shenanigans. This legislation defines a free trade agreement as an international agreement that is both approved by Congress and eliminates restrictions on substantially all trade with the partner. This legislation protects the role of Congress. It incentivizes meaningful agreements with real labor and environmental rules, which help reduce our dependence on China. And it saves taxpayers $109 million, which may well prove to be a conservative estimate by JCT if the administration continues to enter into such agreements. This is a common sense bill. It's about congressional oversight. It's about economic security. It's about national security. And it's about our constitutionality authority over trade. I encourage my colleagues to support this bill, and I yield back. Thank you, Mr. Chair.